Hi everyone, today I'm going to give you tips on how to contour. So if you're interested, then keep watching. So right now I have all my makeup on my face except for my contour. But before we get into that, I did want to talk about what contouring actually was. So understanding what contouring is will help you form a basis of what you really want that makeup to do for your face and which illusions you're looking to go for. So contouring essentially is creating shadows on your face to change your facial structure. Now I know that kind of sounds weird. It sounds weird for me saying it, but if you're someone who wants to make your face look slimmer or maybe your forehead look bigger or smaller, then contouring is really the way to go to draw attention towards or away from your face. So from all that, I did want to stress that contour is something that is not supposed to be noticeable. So if you can see your contour, try to rethink some strategies and techniques that you can incorporate in your makeup routine to help soften that contour. Now's the time we're going to go into those tips and techniques to help you with your contour. So tip number one is brushes. So a big fluffy brush is not the type of brush you're looking for when you contour. This is really just going to create a muddy mess. So if I'm contouring under my cheekbones, it's really going to create a muddy mess and it's going to draw eyes towards that area when your main goal is to create an illusion, a shadow, so no one really knows that it's there. So if you're using a big fluffy brush, maybe try to switch it up to one of the brushes that I'm going to talk about now. So these are the brushes that I would recommend for contour. We have angled brushes and then we have round / dome shaped brushes over here. I like to use angled brushes because these really help get into the areas that I'm trying to sculpt, and then it also helps me control product. So I can really just nicely brush it on there and it's not going to be too heavy. It's very light and I feel like there's a lot of control with the angle. And now with these I have a round and I also have a dome shaped brush. I like to use these when I'm trying to be more precise. These really help me get into the areas that I'm trying to sculpt and just really carve out whatever I'm trying to work. So to recap, the smaller brushes are what you're trying to go for. You can do small and angled or small and round. It's really just what you prefer. But these are going to help give you that precise and very defined contour. And the big fluffy brushes are what we're trying to steer away from. These are going to give you that muddy look and just draw attention to where you don't want it to. So tip number 2 is choosing the right colors. 2. Is that 2?
Yeah.
Tip number 2. The colors you want to stick to with contouring are brown, gray, taupe, and beige. And the colors you really want to steer clear of are those orangey colors. And the orangey colors are more for bronzing and giving that sun-kissed look. So for example, with my highlight and contour pro palette from NYX, I would honestly steer clear from these 2 colors just because they're too orange. If you use these for contour, it's going to draw attention to that area and it's not going to create the shadow because shadows are more of the brown, beige, taupe, and gray, which these 2 colors would be perfect for that. You could use either one depending on your skin tone. Tip number 3 is less is more. So what I mean by less is more is when you are dipping your brush into your contour palette, you want to lightly tap your brush into your contour, and I'll even tap off the excess just so I know I don't have a lot of product on my brush. Now if you swirl your brush into your contour, it's gonna pack on, look at that, you can even see it. It's gonna pack on that product, and again, it's gonna create a muddy look and it's just not gonna look like a shadow. Tip number 4 is going to be application and how you apply your contour. So the biggest thing when doing your contour is you don't want it to go past the outer corner of your eye. You want it to stop right along that line. Also, another application tip is that you want to stroke upwards. So you can either just do light upward motions or you can do circular motions, but again, upwards. You definitely don't want to go down because that'll drag your face down, and you definitely don't want to just rub it on like this in a straight line because that'll make it again look muddy and just not like a shadow. I'm gonna put all 4 steps together and I'm gonna show you what that looks like on this side of my face. And then on this side, I'm gonna do the opposite of those steps and show you how that turns out. For my contour, I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm gonna use the shade Subconscious. And then I am also gonna use the round brush. So going along with my tips, I'm going to lightly dip my brush and then again even tap off some excess. So to start off, I'm going to start right by my ear, and then again I like to do upward motions, and then sometimes I even go circular. So that is not enough. I do need a little bit more. And also remember that we are stopping at the corner of our eye. So you do not want to go past that point. So once I'm finished with that, I do like to take a clean brush and then I just, again, will sweep up just to blend everything out so it's not a harsh line. Okay, so you can see where it created a shadow on this side. I can always build more if I want to. I don't like it to be too much of a shadow, just a subtle one. And then on this side, there is just nothing. It definitely looks very flat. So for this side of my face, I am going to use the big fluffy brush just to show you the difference. And I am going to use the same shade that I did the last time, the Subconscious. And I'm going to really pack my brush in there. Just pick up as much product as I can. I might tap off just a little because I don't want it to go crazy. All right, so here we go. So the technique I used was just the stroking it back and forth. I packed on a lot of product, and as you can see, it definitely looks very, very muddy. There's nothing really to it, no organization. It doesn't look like a shadow. It just looks very muddy and just dirty. And then again, I'm going to show you this side. This side's just very clean, very soft, and just very subtle. It looks like a shadow. Those are my tips and tricks on how to contour. I know I only did my cheekbones, but this works anywhere on your face. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, happy contouring.